So here I am in Sequator, and it's quite a simple interface. First of all, you need to open your images here, double click, and go to wherever your images are. Let me just quickly find the images that I want. There are images of the Milky Way. Okay, in here, in this folder. So I'll just hit Control A, and I selected all the images, open, and you'll see they come up in this list here. So those are called star images as your base image. So it will basically compare all the others to this image when it's stacking them together. It will use this as a reference. Okay, I'm not using noise images. This would be calibration frames if I was using calibration frames. We'll talk about this on another video another time. And here you set your output file to whatever you want. You can see save as here. You can choose where you want to save your file, and you can give it a name. Okay, in this case, I've already set it to m1.tiff. And I do recommend that you save your files as a .tiff, because then you can process them in other software such as Photoshop or whatever software you use. Okay, there's different composition here. We'll use align stars. You see that you can change this. And I keep this to align stars. Sky region full area. I've got auto brightness off and high dynamic range. The only one I'm going to switch on here is this one here that says reduce light pollution. So if you double click that, you'll see this panel opens here, and I'll just leave it on uneven. You can change the strength, but I'll leave it in the middle. And what I will do now is I will click start. I'm not really going through these different settings here. You can have a play around with these yourself. So I'll just click where it says here, start. And it's going to start stacking. So first of all, what it does is it looks at each frame and it will stack them together. This will take perhaps up to a minute, depending on how many frames you've got. I haven't got too many here for this example. Also bear in mind that in this example, I'm not using images with any foreground. I'll show you that a bit later. It's completed successfully. Press close and you should see your final image. And there it is. You can see have a rather nice looking Milky Way in the sky shot. It does need processing, obviously. It looks a bit red, doesn't it? And I'll process that later in a different software package. I normally use Photoshop, but you could use PixInsight or whatever else. Control A, open all of the files, and you can see that the program has also chosen one of these as the base image. Okay, that's the base image, and you can see that what I want to do is I want to get a nice Milky Way in this area here in the sky, but I want to actually freeze this foreground. So how do I do that in Sequator? Okay, so this is quite easy. Don't forget also to check your settings here. Go to composition trails, and what you want is you want to align stars. So align stars here, but when you need to come down here and say and click this one, freeze ground. So what that setting is going to do is going to freeze this part of the foreground when we mask that off. So the next step is to come down here where it says sky region full area. Okay, now you can see that I've masked off the sky, but I've left this part, which is the foreground, untouched by my brush. I click start. And it should go through now and stack the sky and leave the foreground untouched. So in my final Milky Way image, this software will have kept the foreground nice and sharp, aligned my stars in my sky, and I should be left with a very, very nice Milky Way picture. Press or click on the close button and you should see your final image. And there we have the final image. It obviously does need to be brightened up. Now don't panic, it doesn't really look like a huge amount of difference. I can on my monitor see that there is slightly better resolution of the Milky Way, but when we do process it, we will see a big change. Okay, so what I would like to show you now is basically the difference with these two pictures. It's not a brilliant example because I only stacked like about 8 images. Ideally, you want to be stacking at least 20 images to make a significant difference. When I go to the stacked image, there's considerably less noise. It's a lot cleaner, and we can see some details here. I hope you can see some of the detail here, and color beginning to come through. With more stacking, this will become even more apparent. And let's just zoom in to an area and go to, let's say, 100%. And you can see there's quite a lot of noise in this image. Quite a lot of noise in this image. And what happens if I go do the same to roughly the same area of this image and I go up to 100%? Yes, you can see still there is noise in the image, but look at the difference. Okay, take a look at this. Another example you can see on Photoshop. Here is one image of the Dumbbell Nebula taken back in, I think, 2020. And here is a stacked image. I think I stacked maybe with 50 images or more. And the difference after stacking in Sequator, here it is. This is the power of Sequator stacking software, which is completely free, and the download link, let me remind you, is in the description. Incredible result. That's the power of Sequator stacking software. Now I'm dying to hear from you guys. What's your biggest struggle with astrophotography? Let me know in the comments below.